High Commissioner, Minister Pandor is coming to Mauritius on a working visit, and we would like to know from you as our representative in Mauritius what the importance of this visit is.
Thank you to the viewers. We as a South African High Commission in Mauritius, together with the Mauritian government, we are very excited about the visit of the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Dr. Naledi Pandor. The importance of this visit is based on the fact that South Africa and Mauritius have got a very healthy relationship, but this relationship needs to be deepened, and the coming of the minister and the signing of the General Cooperation Agreement will assist us in deepening the relations, because it will open up a mechanism where we can be able to trade and invest between the two countries, being guided by the agreement which the minister is coming to sign.
Thank you. Ambassador, last week we celebrated 27 years of freedom in South Africa, but we know that the relationship between South Africa and Mauritius is also long established, a couple of years before freedom. How has the diplomatic relationship been since South Africa attained its freedom?
Ever since we attained our freedom in South Africa, our relationship with Mauritius has been very, very good, because there are those Mauritians who stood by us shoulder to shoulder during the apartheid times in order to assist us to attain the freedom. So the relationship is very good, and we are also sharing a history with Mauritius. While we were having challenges with apartheid, we would remember that Mauritius also, the country is, as a country, it started from slaves as well as indentured labor, and out of those sufferings and the sufferings which we had as South Africa back home are making our relationship to be very deep, because we share that kind of a relationship.
Now, Mauritius and South Africa are also joint members of SADC. Now, are we having any plans to work closer with Mauritius on issues in the SADC region? There are currently hotspot areas in the region, Mozambique, in the DRC. Do we have any specific ways in which we want to work closer with Mauritius to address the challenges in the SADC region?
Yes, we do have that. We know that Mauritius does not have a defense force. So on the defense line, it's only ourselves who have got the capacity to assist in those hotspots. But Mauritius, small as it is not powerless. It has got negotiation skills, and it can be involved in negotiating peace in those hotspot areas. So our relationship is also aimed at making sure that we capacitate each other, so that whenever there's a need for negotiations, Mauritius can be formed. We are running courses as a Department of International Relations and Cooperation in South Africa, where we invite Mauritians to send people to be trained on peace and negotiation mechanisms, so that whenever there's a need, we are able to together assist in those regions. But from trade point of view, we are also working together that we invest in Africa through either Mauritius or South Africa, because South Africa has got the infrastructure it requires, and Mauritius also have the climate and everything that is required to do business in Africa.
Now, when it comes to tourism, Mauritius is a popular tourist destination, and so is South Africa. Do we have any involvement in Mauritius of the South African tourism industry, and how is that playing out?
South Africa firstly has got very good and upgraded infrastructure in tourism in Mauritius. There are those who are owning hotel establishments in Mauritius, but also to say that tourists, as you rightfully said, they love Mauritius. They want to come to the white beaches of Mauritius. But similarly, Mauritians love South Africa, particularly the shopping aspect of South Africa. Mauritians love shopping at Sandton. They also love shopping at the Africa Mall of Africa. And from there, they want to see animals. We have got our Kruger National Park, and which is not here. We have assisted them to establish something similar to Kruger Park, and I think in future we could be in a position to see if we can assist them in upgrading the park through a donation of other animals which they don't have.
Now, on the trade side, we know that Minister Pandor will be interacting with the business community here in Mauritius. What is the purpose of that?
The purpose of interaction with business community is to, first of all, to inform the business community of Mauritius and those who are aspiring to invest in South Africa that South Africa is open for business, and she will be in a position to clarify the current situation back home about the crime, about the load shedding and all of those. This is an opportunity for the minister to be able to be talking to prospective investors and invite them to come and invest in South Africa. But most importantly is also for the minister to look at the environment in Mauritius and to see if there would be any South African who would like to invest in Mauritius, so that our relationship is not a one-way, but it's for both sides to be able to trade with each other. You would remember also that on the trade side, we are trading very well with Mauritius. We provide Mauritius with quite a lot of things, including manufactured goods like food and all of those things. So our relationship with Mauritius in terms of economic diplomacy is flourishing.
And finally, High Commissioner, the Minister is going to also interact with academics, members of think tanks about the geopolitical environment in the world. Is there any way that we are trying, are we trying to get the Mauritians to also speak up and make their voices heard, or what is the purpose of this interaction with the think tanks?
The purpose of the interaction with the think tank is to actually listen to independent views of scholars and thinkers about the current geopolitical environment, so that we can also be in a position to listen to this independent voice which is coming through, so that it will help us shape our views as well. But most importantly, it will be something which will help in identifying areas of improved bilateral relationships with Mauritius, because these speakers will also attempt to say, how does the South African-Mauritius diplomatic relations fit into this geopolitical environment? So we'll be advised by them, and then from there we can be able to improve also our approaches as the South African High Commission towards the areas where geopolitics are involved.